The Forgotten Patient, a true horror story. There's a saying, hospitals never forget their patients, but what if they did? What if someone lived, suffered, and died in a hospital, and no one remembered they were ever there? This is a true story, one that the hospital tried to erase, but the walls still remember. In 1987, St. Augustine Hospital in New York was one of the busiest medical centers in the city. It had a psychiatric ward on the 7th floor, where they kept patients suffering from severe mental illnesses. Most patients had families, visitors, and records, but one didn't. They're not around. His name was Daniel. At least, that's what the nurses called him. His real name? No one knew. His records? Missing. His family? Never visited. Daniel had been in the hospital for years. The staff remembered seeing him, sitting by the window, whispering to himself. He never caused trouble, never spoke to anyone. He just watched. And then, one day, he was gone. It wasn't an official discharge. There were no papers, no transfers. One night, Daniel was in his room. The next morning, his bed was empty. The staff searched everywhere. Hallways, staircases, even the basement. But there was no sign of him. It was like he had never existed. And here's where it gets even stranger. When they checked the hospital records, there was no mention of Daniel anywhere. No admission papers, no medical history, no ID records. According to the hospital system, he was never a patient there. A few months later, a new nurse named Karen started working the night shift. She didn't know the story about Daniel. One night, while making her rounds, she passed by room 733, the room where Daniel used to stay. But something was wrong. The door was open. That room had been empty since he disappeared. No one went inside. But when Karen stepped in, she found something chilling. His hospital gown, neatly folded on the bed. The air smelled of dust and antiseptic. But there was something else. Something rotten. And then, she saw it. On the wall, written in faint scratches, were the words, "I never left." Karen ran out of the room, her heart pounding. She told the other nurses. But when they checked, the writing was gone. Over the years, more nurses reported strange things in room 733. Some said they heard whispers at night. Others claimed to see a shadow standing by the window. One janitor even quit his job after saying he saw someone sitting on the empty hospital bed. But the scariest part, the hospital finally shut down in 2003 due to financial issues. When the city planned to demolish the building, construction workers made a shocking discovery. Behind the walls of room 733, they found human remains. A skeleton, wearing a hospital bracelet. The name on it? Daniel. The hospital tried to erase him, but some people refuse to be forgotten. If you ever visit an abandoned hospital and hear a whisper, don't turn around, because some patients never leave.